on cue. That conger's nailed that bait in. I said it would happen. It's not a cod though, but it's a nice conger eel. And there we are, first cast, and we're on the fish. A lovely black bream. Hello, welcome back to my igloo. Say again, bigloo, here on Chesil Beach, my second home, the place where I spend most of my time, and it's a privilege to bring you out. So my name's Wayne, this is Chesil Beach. I'm sure you know the drill or the routine by now. It's going to be hard, it's pretty lumpy, it's definitely going to be windy, it's going to rain, but it's the summer of 23 and we know this by now. But look, I'm going to get fishing. When I bring you back, we'll run over my plans, my targets, my bait, my rigs, just all fishing-y boring stuff, and get into the action. So welcome back everyone, welcome back to Chesil Beach. Let's do some fishing. It's windy again. Of course it is, Tyrone. Yeah, rig wise this evening, as we've got a little bit of a chop, 7-ounce grip lead to a splashdown to a 120-pound rig body. You know this by now. Bead, pulley bead, bead, swivel to a 90-pound hook length. 2A 4.0 circle held with my Tronics Pro magic tubing for resistance and a 3.0 J hook. Simple stuff. 2 fresh blacks, or sticky fresh blacks, onto a bait needle like so. I get my rig, present the hooks. I think you know this by now. You should do anyway if you've been watching my channel. Still on first cast. If you watch my right hand rod, I just had a nice pull down. I thought it was going to slacken off. Something definitely moved the lead. It's a 7-ounce lead. Let's tighten it back up. Well, that's a good sign. First cast. There you go. That's weird. That doesn't look like a cod. Could be a bream. It's slacking me off out. Nothing there. Put it back down. Come back. I think it's a bream. It looks breamy. It's definitely not a cod. Well, I shouldn't really say that. Got him this time. First cast on the fish. I'd probably say bream, the way it's fighting. Feels quite a nice one. Just nice to get a fish. And there we are. Nice, that is a nice bream. I've got them on a circle hook as well. What a beauty. And there we are, first cast on the fish. Aren't we always? Not all the time, but we're having a good run of it now, and so we should. This time of year, I've got no excuses, and I should be getting into the fish. Let's sort this fish out. I'll let you have a look at her, and then I'll get it back. And there we are, first cast, and we're on the fish. A lovely black bream. It's not a codlin, but it's a nice fish, and if I wanted to take that home, that's a nice little chunky one, but I'm gonna get it back. Let's get this one back. There you go. Just like that. Remember, when you're releasing fish, don't go right down to the water. If you get stuck in that, you've had it. So sometimes it looks a little bit, I don't know, inhumane just to launch them in the water, but you got to, especially if you're letting them go, like I just did. But look, first cast, first fish. What more can I say? Let's keep going, everyone. A few bream about. Oh, right hand one. A little movement then. Yeah, it's the witching hour. The time we like to call the witching hour. Just before it gets dark. You normally get a few bites from the bream. Everything has a little feed up before it goes to bed. Well, they don't really go to bed like us. That's a silly thing to say. But they settle down for the night. But you can catch bream all night. You can catch plaice at night as well. But normally on Chesil you get more in the daytime. First light, last light, as you know. But look, I'll keep fishing. If we get any positive bites, I'll bring you back. So I'm thinking of fishing all the way up to high, probably an hour and a half to 2 hours back, really, and then drive home. It's quite nice to go back at that time of day, get home, start the editing, have some breakfast, then get some sleep. I often think as fishermen and fisher ladies, we get to see the best time of the day. And that's now, or 4 o'clock tomorrow morning when I'm driving home. It's absolutely beautiful. So I've got a little bit of weed on here. Yeah, I think we've got packs and packs of small bream running through and stripping my baits. It's hard work. But we know this by now, don't we? A lot of the time I don't really fish at night because you get hammered by pesky fish like pouting and whiting. But I've got no choice today. I was working. But we got a chance. You do catch more fish at night, granted. Sometimes it can be shit fish, if there is such a thing. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Little pouting and whiting, stripping your baits, strap eels come on at night, making it difficult. But if you stick at it, and tonight if I fish through and keep trying, I should hopefully get into a decent fish or two. Well, that's the plan. It looks like I'm going to have to be casting every quarter of an hour. So yeah, I'm going to have to work for it. I think we know this by now. If that's one thing you can get from watching my videos is, it's maximum effort. You take the time to come down to the beach or go fishing, take a day off work, you buy the bait, you make some rigs, at least come down and give it a go. If it's hard, don't sit on your phone or sit in your shelter feeling sorry for yourself. You're the lucky one, like me, out fishing. So I've got to make the most of it. That's why I don't mind blanking. I absolutely love it, because I judge my fishing on my effort. As long as I can get in my van at night and think, yeah, well, tomorrow morning, fair play, you give it your best shot, then I'm happy. If I blank, it drives me on to come back. If we caught every time, it'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it? And pretty unrealistic, to be honest, especially in the UK here. And it's getting harder and harder to catch fish. But yeah. But look, I'm going to keep baiting it. I'm going to keep casting out, putting in the effort, and hopefully I can get us into a few fish. It's getting dark. Oh, I've got a circle hook right on the finger. But yeah. Oh yes. That was nice. I thought I'd gone past the barb then. But they're definitely sharp. But look, as I said, I'll keep fishing, I'll put the effort in, and hopefully I can make us a nice video. Well, as you can see, starting to lose the light now. So I get my lights set up, I get my headlamp on, and we'll do some night filming. As I've said to you already, I think it's going to be quite hard tonight to keep a bait in the water. I'm getting stripped every cast in daylight. Might have to change tactics, put a stinger rig out there, or put a whole painting out, chop it up and use it as bait. But as you know by now, I'll give it my best effort, and hopefully we can get into a few fish. We're well into darkness now, so I'm out of breath because I just ran at the bank. Yeah, I've been fishing for about an hour into darkness, and I've had a bait in every cast, which is a pain because I'm getting stripped. But what I'm doing is pushing my pennel up nice and tight, so if I get a bait in, like that one, the circle hook's right at the top of the J hook. So if a cod comes along, it's going to nail that, spin it, and hopefully I can get it in the scissors on a circle hook. But yeah, we're fishing. It's hard work, as expected, but I'll keep trying. If I get any action, you know by now, I'll bring you back. I'll be putting in the effort, and when I bring you back, hopefully, my rod's bent over and I'm battling a massive cod at night on Chesil. But if not, I'm going to enjoy myself anyway. And it's a beautiful evening. It's not raining, but the stars have come out. It's just a beautiful place to be. Thanks everyone. I'll see you in a minute when I'm hooked into some fish. Wish me luck. So my right hand rod, I just got slack lined. There you go, slack line everywhere. Let's have a look at this one, shall we? I've had a little pouting on there, I reckon, because it kept like pulling down and I left it. Hopefully, it's still there. I'm gonna turn my light on. I'll try not to blind you. Slack me right off. Come on. Oh, I missed it. Oh well, Missed it after all that. That's quite epic. Maybe I've had a painting on and something's chomped on it. Let's find out. I was getting a few bites before, and as I said, I'm going to leave it. I've pushed my hooks closer together on the panel just in case I get a painting. I think something took the painting and unfortunately didn't get the hooks. That was a definite bite. A decent bite as well. I got smashed over. And that's that. Oh well. Stripped. Well, well. Anyway, I'll keep fishing. If I get any more bites, I'll bring you back. Welcome back. I've been fishing for about an hour and a half now into darkness. And I kept getting plagued with pouting, as I said to you. And now look at my left hand rod. It's slackened off and it's pulled right over. Classic cod bite. I'm not saying it's a cod, but I'm bringing you back. I've got my light on, so hopefully I don't blind you. But this looks coddy. It went slacking. There we are. Whoa. We're into a fish. If this is a cod, it's a big one. Feels a decent one, or it could be an eel. Right, what I'm gonna do is light it up and take you with me. That's a nice fish. I'll try and land this fish in a minute. Oh, it could be a cod. Oh, it could be. Right, it could be a cod. I'm gonna walk down, all right? Sorry to leave you up there. Wow. Right, and there we go. Right on cue. This conger's nailed this pouting, which I said would happen. That's a nice pouting, by the way. Whoa. There we go, right on cue. That conger's nailed that pouting. I said it would happen. It's not a cod though, but it's a nice conger eel. Look at the size of that pouting. He's come in and nailed it, and I've got him on the bottom hook. I've not actually got him on the circle, but there you go. There's a fine conger here on Chesil Beach. Probably 12, 13 pound. It's quite a nice fish. But look, I'll get this one back. Thanks everyone. Sorry it's been slow. I've literally been fishing for about 2 hours into darkness, and I'm not catching anything other than pouting, and I stuck at it as I said before, and then bang, this little chap come along. Hopefully now we got a little bit more tide. We're about 2 hours from high water, and I can get into a few more fish and maybe a codling. But there you go, that's a nice conger. Cheers everyone. Cheers Mr. Conger. Well, welcome back. As you've seen, I've just had that conger eel and we're just coming up to high water. It's been pretty quiet. As I've said, I've just been plagued with pouting, and I left them out there and I got a result. It's not the best fish, not the biggest fish you're going to catch on this beach, but it's a welcome sight on a hard night here on Chesil. But look, I'll keep fishing. As you can see, I've got plenty of tide. We've got some nice tide pull, and as I say to you all the time, when we have tide, we've got a chance of fish. Cheers everyone. Well, it's just gone high water and I might pack it in. I've had about 20 pouting and that one conger eel. I said it could be hard. As I've said to you lots of times, that night fishing is great on Chesil. You get lots of fish, but you get lots of pouting, whiting, dogfish. But tonight it's just been a pouting every cast. I was lucky enough to hook that conger on a live bait rig. Well, it wasn't a live bait rig, but you know what I mean. My pulley was pulled down, my pennel hooks were nice and close, and I managed to hook that conger eel. But look, I'm gonna pack up. I'm gonna make my way out of here. It's been quite a poor session, and I'm sorry I've not done much filming, but it's just been really quiet. I had that conger eel, so I suppose it makes a session, It's not raining yet, but it's going to in a bit. So what I'm going to do is pack up, get off of this beach and go home. So my name's Wayne. Thanks again for joining me on this beautiful beach here in Dorset, and I look forward to seeing you somewhere else next session. Good night everyone, and I'll see you soon. And sorry it wasn't that great.